we really must educate our children and get that right moral direction into our children. That is through durus. That is through attending the classes. We have classes at this masjid, just at this masjid, 7 or 8 times a week. Every night, basically. And on Saturdays after Dhuhr. At this masjid. 7 days. And then you have the Jummah khutbah that you heard every week. Masjid Sunnah Nabawiyah, likewise when it reopens, inshallah. Then you have the durus in Masjid Bin Baz in East London. Where do you live? Alperton, there's durus. Markaz As-Sunnah. Masjid Dar As-Sunnah in Shepherd's Bush, there's durus. Masjid Sunnah in West London, there's durus. Masjid in Slough, Mu'adh bin Jabal, durus. Reading, Markaz Salafi, durus. Where do you live? North, east, south, west? We'll find somewhere for you. And if you live on the tip of Cornwall, then move. Who obligated upon you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran that when the angels come and bring to them death, and the angels will say to them, how were you? They would say that we were weak in the earth. Then the angels will say to them, was not the ard of Allah wasi'atan? Was it not wasi'ah for you enough? Was it not spacious enough for you that you could have migrated? Allah has opened up the whole of the earth for you. Wherever you go, you'll find rizq and you'll find Islam. Find somewhere to live where you are amongst people of sunnah and your children can access durus. Don't become lazy. And don't allow your children to say to you, well, I don't really understand what Ustadh was saying and it's too much for me. Khalas, you don't have to go next time. So what are you going to do instead? Put them on a PlayStation? Khalas, give them PlayStation, huh? So they don't understand the dars, they'll understand PlayStation very well. Because that's what we're doing to our children. We're killing their hearts. Our youth. And I don't mean children 6, 7 years old. I'm talking about children from the whole spectrum. If they're your children, bring them here. I don't care if they're 21. They're your children. Get them here. In the masjid, at the conference, at the durus, at the khutb. Well, my son can't attend the khutb. Why? Because he's at school and he's got GCSEs and I don't want him to fail. So for 3 months, no khutbah, khalas, no Jumu'ah. No, he just comes home and combines Dhuhr, Asr and Maghrib. MashaAllah. So history, geography, science, all of them are worth that. That's what it's worth to you. I can't, emphasize enough the importance of this affair. I can't emphasize it enough. And the thing is, yes, our durus generally are growing. Yes, they're growing. But compared to the size of our communities and the thousands and thousands of people that we have, then why should a dars only be 100 brothers and sisters or 150? Surely there should be 1,000 people sitting here every dars. If you're concerned about the akhirah, that's what you should be, right? Wait till those hizbis and those ikhwanis call for a protest. You see 1 million marching in London. 1 million will march in the streets. For what? For shaitan. It's not from the deen of Allah. Amr Mardud. An affair that is rejected by Allah. But they will march in the streets, 1 million of them. Like you see them in India now. Marching. No ilm. No kitab al-tawheed. No usul al-thalatha. No aqidat al-wasitiyah. No bulugh al-maram. No understanding of Bukhari. No understanding of Usul al-sunnah of Imam Ahmad or anything. But tens and thousands marching in the streets, burning buses and throwing stones. Say, what are you doing that for? Allah. MashaAllah, Allah told you to burn a bus and throw stones. What else should we do? What else should you do? What else should you have done 3 generations ago? Now you're asking what we should do. You're on a car that is heading towards a cliff edge for the last 20 years. And you can see the cliff edge in front of you, but you didn't change direction. You didn't put on the brakes. You didn't think, hold on, this is going towards destruction. You didn't think that. Now the car is about to come off the edge. What shall I do? This is the problem. And they say, you Salafis don't offer solutions. Offer solution, we offered you solutions 1400 years ago. This is Salafiyah. Quran and Sunnah is the solution. Now they're marching in the streets. So I said, don't march in the streets. I translated some fatwa, put Sheikh bin Baz and others and whatever. And the reasoning behind demonstrations not being from Islam, it's not from the Kitab, not from the Sunnah. It is destructive, it is chaotic, it is disorderly. It is not from the Deen, it is not from the Sharia. Look at the responses. Foul, some of them. F off. We have our own scholars in India. That's what they teach you. This is the responses that you get. Foul, abusive. We're teaching you Kitab and Sunnah. And we're telling you where this is coming from. And where this is going to lead to. And why the Sunnah forbids it. Give us an answer that is ilmi. Respond to us with evidence. And we shall accept it. Respond to us with hawa. And we shall refute you. Bring your children and study. Bring your wives and study. There is no success and there is no reaching the truth except with knowledge. There is no righteous actions except with knowledge. There is no reaching Jannah except with action upon that knowledge. Whoever treads the path in pursuit of knowledge, Allah makes easy for him the path to Jannah. Where are your children? And the thing is, 30 years, or close to 30 years, not exactly 30 years, slightly less. Let's say 25 years we've been giving da'wah in this city. I've seen generation after generation of children waste away from the Muslims in this city with my own eyes. And those from my brothers who are similar age to me have seen them watch in front of our eyes how they've been wasted away by their parents. Why? Because you think that education at school and college is more important than Islam. I don't say it's not important. I'm educated, alhamdulillah. So is my family. So are my brothers. It's not we're opposed to education. What we're opposed to is you not learning your deen. If you have academic skills in academia, in studying, you can sit down, put pen to paper, put a keyboard in front of you and do research in secular subjects. You're telling me that you can't learn Islam? Some people can fill in a housing benefit form with their eyes closed. And then they say, I find Usul al-Thalatha hard. Find Thalatha al-Usul hard. You don't find it hard. You find it tedious. Because shaitan has sensed your weakness. And he's made you lazy. He knows you're lazy, so he's made you even more lazy.